Good afternoon, everyone. We are doing the chapter Geography, Climate. And in this chapter, we have already discussed about the different factors which controls the climate. Now we will discuss about distance from the sea. As the distance from the sea increases, like in coastal areas, its moderating influence decreases and the people experience extreme weather conditions, which is known as continental, which we have already discussed earlier also. Now, next and the last important elements of this is, and that is relief. Relief too plays an important role in determining the climate of a place. High mountains act as barriers, like Himalayan. For cold or hot winds, they may also cause precipitation, that means rainfall, if they are high enough and lie in the path of rain-bearing winds. The leeward side of mountains remains relatively dry. You just see the relief features of this when we are talking about these features. And that means Himalayas. In India, Himalaya acts as a barrier to the southwest monsoon in summer and provides rainfall over the country. It prevents the cold winds from Central Asia from entering the subcontinent. Due to these mountains, that means the Himalayan mountains, Indian subcontinent experiences comparatively mild winters as compared to Central India. So therefore, we can say that Himalayas is deciding factor in the prevailing climatic conditions in India. So now after that, we will just see about the rain shadow effect. If we are talking about the rain shadow effect, that means the leeward dry slopes of a mountain is called rain shadow area. This side is away from the direction of wind and therefore deprived of rain. Deccan Plateau, Northwest Kashmir, and Shillong plateaus are the examples of rain shadow area. Now you just see about the Himalayas. Now we will discuss about the jet streams. As it proves with the names jet streams, when we are talking about the jet streams, the upper air circulation in India is dominated by a westerly flow, which is known as jet stream. And these jet streams are located approximately over 27 degree to 30 degree north latitude, and they are known as subtropical westerly jet streams. Over India, these jet streams blow south of the Himalayas all through the year except in summer. These are, when we are talking about the jet stream, these are a narrow belt of high altitude, that is about 12,000 meters. Westerly winds in the troposphere, and their speed varies from about 110 kilometers per hour in winter, and in summer it is about 184 kilometers per hour. A number of separate jet streams have been identified. The most constant are the mid-latitude and the subtropical jet streams. Jet streams in winter, you just see the image, and this is the jet streams in summer. Now after that, the last topic related with the India's climate control, that is western disturbances. When we are talking about the western cyclonic disturbances, are weather phenomena of the winter months brought in by the westerly flow from the Mediterranean region. They usually influence the weather of the north and northwestern regions of India. Tropical cyclones occur during the monsoon as well as in October, November, and are part of the easterly flow. And these disturbances affect the coastal regions of the country. And I think you all must heard about or read about the disasters caused by them on Odisha and Andhra Pradesh coast, and they affect the life of the people also,